You're tuned into CFRC 101.9. You're listening to The Word with DjSuperfox. Coming out of the basement of Carruthers Hall. How's everybody doing? Keep it locked. It's gonna be sick. I love the radio. You know, you just tune in. The DJ's feeling good. You probably end up feeling good. It's a good experience. It's a good opportunity. There's few things that feel as good as that.
Participating in campus radio is hugely empowering. You learn so many great skills about communication and public speaking and presentation. You can learn so much about music. You develop technical know-how and experience. And you have the opportunity to connect with a large audience, which you might not have in another volunteer experience.
It's What They Do by The Roots. And I think there's a Raphael Sadiq feature on that. Check out the new album, by the way. It's really good. The new Raphael Sadiq. It sounds straight out of the 60s. It's pretty tight.
I think I find campus community radio has a lot more freedom and a lot more opportunity to broadcast music and discussion topics and stories that the mainstream media won't go near with a 10-foot pole. So we don't, unlike commercial stations, for example, impose a playlist of a set number of 200 or 500 songs that all of the programmers have to draw from for their shows. Here we have, as you can see all around me, a massive library of 100,000 different recordings, and programmers can choose from any of them to decide what they want to play, as well as drawing from their own collections. We encourage people to explore music and learn about new artists and to celebrate artists that are not topping the charts or getting million-dollar salaries and recording deals. So really the sky's the limit.
The kind of music I like is always like the ones that you find like on a very strange circumstance. Like, oh, I was sitting in this record store and this weird, like, awesome song came on and I asked the store clerk, like, what it was, like stories like that. And I mean, if radio can do that, you can literally broadcast to whoever's willing to listen, rather than people who are just looking for that song they heard because they heard it at the middle school dance. And it's, one of those hits they keep hearing over and over again.
Here at CFRC, yes, we're part of a national association of campus community radio stations in Canada that we have a lot in common with. But beyond that, we're part of an international movement of community radio stations that operate on a non-for-profit basis, whose programming is meant to serve the community of listeners rather than the bottom line interests of advertisers, and whose programming is produced by and for non-professional broadcasters, but people who have a commitment to the community and something that they want to share.
What I love about CFRC is just the raw potential, like no matter what you're into musically or even just orally, like whatever sounds you want to make, you just walk in, get yourself with some people who are into the same sort of process and just do you on the air, and it's great. It's amazing.
The purpose of stations like CFRC is really to provide an alternative to what's available in mainstream media. And so we're mostly filling the gap that's left behind. Commercial media is essentially there to make a profit by selling advertising to people. So it's not there to serve the interests of the community or to develop a community dialogue and discussion about music or culture or politics. Stations like ours really are meant to do that, and we operate as a not-for-profit, and all of our programming is produced by volunteers from the community. So it has a lot more grassroots, kind of local and interdependent kind of vibe to it.
Probably have time for one more song, then get on my merry way home, because I have been away for 2 days. Oh yeah. Anyway, Oh My God by Michael Franti and Spearhead.
Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, Speed!